All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Bias podcast. I feel like nervous, like now that we hit record, I'm a little like, oh my gosh.
I know.
So I'm Sydney. I'm one of your
And,
hosts.
and I'm Madison, another one of your hosts, and we are two sisters, and we're just gonna kind of chat on the pod.
Yeah, so I guess we should do when you're on your first day of school and it's like, tell us your
The
name, a fun
icebreakers.
fact about yourself. Yeah. So
Yeah.
a little icebreaker about me is, like I said, I'm Sydney. I'm a college student and I love all things pop culture. I consume way too much social media, but now hopefully I have an area where that will serve me well because I know a lot about a little, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I'm Madison. I'm 17. I'm Sydney's younger sister, just for reference for everyone. And I'm basically a human replica of her, so everything she said is also true about me. I love social media, I love pop culture, I love random niches that I somehow get Sydney into because I don't stop obsessing over them. Just the casuals. And yeah, we're really excited for our first podcast episode. We are currently not living together, so this is over Zoom and stuff. From Sydney's in Pennsylvania and I'm in Florida, where we're from. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely trial and error, so bear with us
Yes.
a little bit, but we'll hopefully get in the hang of it, get in the groove. But we wanted to start a little bit kind of just talking about why we're starting a podcast and, what made us want to do this, really. So a really interesting thing about me and Maddie is we basically FaceTime probably 4 times a day, and that's not even an exaggeration.
No,
It's
it's
4 times a day. And we always start our conversations talking about one specific thing, and then it kind of spirals into something completely different, and we're like, how did we even get from point A to not even point B, it's point Z. And
Yeah.
so it just spirals, and we have some pretty funny moments in our FaceTime conversations. And the other day we had a really funny moment where we were just cackling, and for 15 minutes something one of us said, we were like, oh, I wish this had been recorded, this was so funny.
Yeah. We always say
so
we
we were
wanted to
just-
do TikToks and stuff like that. You know when people post funny moments on FaceTime with their friends on TikToks? We think we would really succeed at that. And so we were like, but let's just do a longer version and make it a podcast. I feel like we could really get some good stuff out of this,
Yeah. So we're just hoping that funny things come up, it becomes entertaining.
Yeah.
It's a very loose structure, but a
Mm-hmm.
little bit behind, little BTS, if you will, behind the title of our podcast. So Madison and I are really
This is
into
so
K-pop.
embarrassing.
Madison and I are
Recently,
really in.
you
Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
Madison and I are really into K-pop, as you'll come to find out throughout these episodes. And in K-pop, because there's so many members, they have this term called a bias, which is basically your favorite member of the group. And
Yeah.
for me, when I began getting really into BTS, I had an immediate connection. I was like, that's my favorite, 100%, no questions asked, that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And Madison would go, spent weeks obsessing over this because she couldn't pick a favorite. She was like, I like them all. They're all amazing.
It's just
And I was
I don't understand how someone could pick a favorite. That's how I felt in the beginning. I was like, I just love them all. And I do know there are a couple OT7, which is all of them stands. That's what their bias is. But that just also didn't feel right. I felt like I needed to have a bias. I felt like I needed to be fully into the culture of K-pop and have a bias, So I spent multiple weeks trying to find my bias.
And every day I would be like in Maddie's room, because at the time we were living together, and I would go into her room and I'd be like, so who's your bias, like, of the day? And every day I'd get a different answer. And it kind of became this thing where it's like, who's your bias? But now we've taken it to be like, what's your bias? So bias is kind of our like obsession, our favorite, whatever we're currently like hooked on. So that's kind of the story behind the title Bias, because we're just going to talk about all our biased opinions, biased experiences, you know, our faves, our obsessions, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so however, whenever we upload the podcast, I don't know if it's going to be weekly or not. We haven't figured that out. Whenever we upload, whenever we upload, we're going to do a segment on the podcast, basically asking each other what our bias is of the week or whatever. And it's basically just like what we've been obsessing over, what we've been really into, and yeah, so that'll be like a reoccurring segment on the pod.
Yeah, and we're really just going for like a casual vibe. We want this to feel like you're like on FaceTime with us. Like, these are just our everyday FaceTimes that we have, and you're just like a fly on the wall, and you're just like hanging out, listening to like your friends talk, just like chilling, having a good time. And also, I think a big thing for Maddie, which she can attest to this, is she wants the podcast to be chill, because Madison specifically falls asleep to podcasts. That is like her MO. And her whole thing about the podcast is like, I don't want it like too intense, too like complicated. Like, I just want it like something simple, right, Maddie?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, I was going to say, I know, like, I think we both know how I love podcasts, and the reason I really love them, though, is because they truly help me fall asleep. Like, every night I go to sleep with the podcast, and I could listen to the episode 20,000 times, but, like, it helps me go to sleep or something. And then there's just some podcasts, though, that I actually love, but I physically can't listen to them when I go to sleep because they're too, like, loud, or they're too jarring or something, that I just, like, I can't do it when I go to sleep, you know? So that's like my kind of relationship with podcasts, but like overall, I love podcasts. So like, and I know you like podcasts, but I feel like, I don't know, like, do you just watch them in your free time, or do you like listen to them more?
I'm a little bit of both. I think I really went through a podcast wave like a couple years ago when I was first in college, because I really liked listening to podcasts like walking to class, because I would walk really far. And sometimes, like, I didn't want to listen to music, because I have, like, a weird thing sometimes where, like, I like to sync my footsteps to the beat of the music, like, unintentionally. And, like, sometimes I'm feeling kind of challenging.
Running.
And so, yeah. And so, like, I just, like, overplayed so many songs that I was into. And I was like, I want something where it's, like, each time it's different, which is, like, what I like about podcasts. It's, like, it's the same people, but it's, like, different conversations. And stuff.
Yeah.
So I really went through like my initial podcast wave then, and then I kind of like stopped. But over like quarantine time, I kind of have gotten back into podcasts. But I really like a lot of like lifestyle podcasts, and just like like some politics stuff, but some like influencer like podcasts I'm really into. So I would say that is kind of my podcast vibe.
Nice.
But, yeah. I was gonna say we should tell the people a little bit about, like, I know we talked about ourselves, but a little bit about like our relationship. Because I always say that we have a really interesting one.
Yes.
And, like, but like not even in like we're weird, which like we are, but like that's not even what I mean.
Yeah, no.
Just like the fact that for sisters, I feel like we are incredibly close. And like I say all the time, like, you're one of my best friends. Yeah. And like I don't even mean that like as a joke. Yeah. So like I'm being serious. So I thought we could maybe talk about our relationship as like how I guess like my question for you is like, how do you view me like as a sister and like as a friend, and is it like different? Like do you view those two things as like two separate things, or kind of like one thing? If that makes sense.
Well, I think we should also say how we actually also have an older sister.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
and we're not saying that she's not our best friend because that's not what we're trying to get across here. We're just saying, like, I don't know, I think it was just because when we were little, you just like always, like, I was your baby doll, you know what I mean? Like, you always were just attached to the hip. And so we just somehow got a closer bond. I don't know really why, but we obviously love our older sister, Laurel. Shout out, Laurel. You know, like, yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. Well, Mom always says that I was like your second mom, that I like raised you as like a joke, which like I did not raise Madison. We have incredible parents. I'm not saying that. But because I would like take her everywhere, do everything with her, like I kind of like forced you to be my friend.
Yeah.
To be honest, if we're gonna be real.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. But our, like, I guess our relationship, I would say I just, like, I don't even know. Like, I just view you as, like, my friend, I guess. Not even really my sister. But, like, it's weird because, like, I talk about you when, okay, this is how I'm going to explain it. I'm sorry for my rambling. Anyways, it's how I talk to, how like I describe you to people I talk to. You know what I mean? So like when I talk to my two closest best friends, I just describe you as like another friend because like they know you and like they like you and stuff, obviously. But like I don't know, I just feel like with them, like because I'm so close to them, you just like flow right into the conversation. They know who exactly you are. They're like, oh, Sydney, yes, blah blah. She's like her best friend, her sister, or whatever. But like when I talk to you or talk about you to like my dance friends or just like people that I'm like not necessarily the closest to, I like always preference, oh my god, my sister. Like I don't really even say your name. I feel like I just call you my sister. So I feel like that is kind of interesting, but I don't really know what that is about. I think it's just because my close friends know you, but I don't know. I don't really know how to explain our relationship. Okay, this is another thing. I hate talking about, like, serious things, low-key, in our relationship. Like, emotional things. Like, I just hate that in general. Sometimes, it depends on the person. Like, with my closest best friend, I'll talk to her about whatever, but, like, you, I don't want to talk about, like, emotional stuff. Unless it's, like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do think that is an interesting thing about our relationship is that like for how close that we are, a lot of times we don't talk about really serious topics. Okay, actually I want to qualify that. It's not that we don't talk about really serious topics, but not serious topics pertaining to ourselves.
To ourselves, yes, exactly.
Like you and I have like really serious conversations about like serious, like, you know, really like big topics like politically, like mental health, like all these different subject areas.
Yeah.
But we never really personally, we're not like, hey, this is my current issues, X, Y, and Z. Like this is how I feel, and like I really don't know what I'm doing, or you know, whatever, X, Y, Z, fill in the blank. But I don't know.
But like I would still say we like definitely like rant to each other and like can go like if we had something that crazy just happen in our lives, like I don't know, I had a bad experience with a guidance counselor or something, like I would just scream about it to you and you just be like, okay, like it's okay. You know what I mean? So like we sometimes can like be supportive and like lean on each other in that sense, but not in like a real deep emotional sense.
Yes, but I also feel like even though we don't, it doesn't mean that we couldn't. Like, I feel like if we really needed to, like, I could tell you something and, like, you would be able to handle it, and, like, you could tell me something and I'd be able to handle it. But I think the reason that we might not is because of our age difference.
Yeah.
And even though, because we're 4 years apart, for the listeners, but even though we're 4 years apart, like, we act really similar in a lot of different ways. But I do feel like there is still a lot of emotional growth that's different between the two of us.
Yeah. I would agree.
And so I feel like we have like different emotional issues. And so like sometimes that's like the one area where maybe like we can't necessarily sympathize with or empathize with each other as much. is because I think it's easier for me to you because I've been your age, so like I know what like that experience is like. But I do think it can be harder for you to not understand me, but just like know how to help me if I need help, which is usually when I go to Laurel because she's older and like she serves as the me to you, you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. So I do think we kind of go to each other for like we go to different sisters for different things. But also I wanted to say that too, that even though we don't talk about super like heavy topics, I do think it's almost like, not like a boundary, but I think we also recognize that, like, it's not our job to, like, shoulder the other person's emotional experiences, if that makes sense. Like, if you're going through something and, like, I don't feel like I'm adequately equipped to help you, you're like, we step back and we're like, yeah, like, we don't need.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Because I think, like, especially when you're sisters and you're, like, friends, like, most of the time when you're, like, I've lived with you the majority of my life, and it can be really hard to, like, not, like, be with each other every second of the day and just, like, become, like, really dependent on that person.
Yeah.
And I think that you and I are good at, like, recognizing that, like, we are still just, like, sisters and friends. Like, we're not each other's, like, everything, and we're not, like, each other's therapists and, like, all these different things. Like, we still have to, like, recognize that, like, we are our own people and, like, have our own lives. Sorry, that was a total example.
No, but I agree. And it's not like we've ever even, I think we're just both, like, just a compliment to us, pretty mature, and, like, because it's not like we've ever had that discussion or anything. It's just, like, a thing that's known, you know what I mean? Just how it's always been, and, like, I think it's, like, good.
Me too. I agree with that for sure. Do you have any, like, favorite memory of us, like, in childhood? Because I know, okay, guys.
Oh, really?
To say this. No. Maddie has a pretty bad memory.
Oh my god.
If we ask any questions pertaining to, do you remember this? Or throughout the pod, if I'm ever like, Maddie, do you remember this? There's probably going to be a 5 minutes following me asking that question where I have to jog Maddie's memory of something.
Real quick, can I please share, like, a quick story about this?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I think it was, 2 nights ago? Maybe even last night. We were on FaceTime. I haven't even told you part of this, and it's gonna get better. We were on FaceTime, and my dad and my mom went out to dinner, and my dad walked in my room and was like, I was like, how was dinner? And we were, like, talking about dinner, and then he was like, oh, yeah, I think this place is better than this other restaurant. I'm not gonna name it. But, and we were like, I was like,
call them out.
And I was like, oh, have I been there? And both my dad and Sid were like, yes, we went, like, last year. Like, it was, like, kind of in the middle of, like, COVID quarantine. Like, we all went. They were telling me exactly where this restaurant is, what I ate, what I didn't like about this restaurant. Like, they were telling me everything. And my memory just could not jog it. And it took me probably 5-10 minutes for us to figure it out. Cindy sent me a picture of the inside of the restaurant. And that's what finally got it to me. But what I found out today is I was looking at my Snapchat memories, and that was exactly a year ago today. I literally looked at it and was like, oh my god, that's when we went to dinner. And I was like, that's crazy that we talked about it, like basically a year. I was mind blown.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy, actually.
Yeah, I know. So, anyways, I have a horrible memory, and I always, to remind myself of what I do, I, like, always take pictures of everything. Like, I take pictures of every single thing. So I will go back in my camera roll and, like, get, like, memories and stuff from it. So that's, like, a big thing of what I do. Sometimes I may go on my phone to look at pictures or something. But yes. Okay, childhood memory. You have one.
Yeah. I have, like... I have one specific one. But I mean, I have a lot.
I mean, I just have, like... Yeah, you were older.
Yeah.
I just have memories of me, like, wanting to hang out with you and Laurel, and, like, you guys just being like, no, go away for like 2 Hannah Montana episodes. And I say this all the time because it's so funny to me. Like the way I measured like half an hour or an hour was based on how long a Hannah Montana episode was. And so I'd go and I'd sit and watch 2 Hannah Montana episodes, and then I'd go back out and I'd be like, it's your turn to play with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
no.
just so funny.
Laura and I definitely like tried to get you to tell time, like when you were like 4 years old, by being like, okay, so two Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episodes, and then we're gonna go get food. Like,
Yeah, literally.
and then we have to leave for swim practice. Like,
Yeah.
no, that is so funny. But for me, childhood memories, I have one like really vivid memory. Do you remember? Let me paint the picture.
Please.
I had my bedroom, and it was when I had the hot
I think I know what
walls.
this is gonna be. I'm excited.
I think
Okay.
because I tell you a lot. Okay, so the like hot pink,
Maybe.
like
Yeah, yes.
and then like the orange
Horrible.
and pink like bedspread,
Mm-hmm.
and so like my room, you know, it looked like a '70s like lava lamp. Like,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
really
my room
did.
looked like. And we had these bookcases growing up that our grandpa made for us, and they looked like houses, like they went like that, and then they like went down, and then they had like shelves like in the middle, like configuration sort of thing, and it was like right next to my bed. And so I figured out at a certain point in time that I could get on my bed and like climb onto the top of my bookcase. So like I would sit like on the point and like have my legs like hang off the edge. And I figured this out, and I was like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would used to like sit on the top of it and like jump off of it onto my bed. And it was like the coolest thing to me. I was like, this is so fun. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a jungle gym in my room. I was like, this is everything. And I remember I like got you to start doing it. So you and I would go in my room and we would like jump off of it and jump on the bed. But the vivid memory I have is the night the Victorious episode, Freak the Freak Out. For anyone who's a Victoria Justice Victorious stan, I don't even know what year that was.
Victoria Justice was
2011,
on
maybe?
Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Victorious is what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know when it came out. But the night that
Yeah.
episode came out, I remember that we were listening to like the final song where she like does that, where Victoria Justice does that big reveal. And, like, pulls off her
2010.
nose. Okay, so I was 10. So you were like 6. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And she like does the song where she sings "Freak the Freak Out," and it's like this big moment in the episode.
Yeah, it's
like no
iconic.
spoilers, but like it's been 12 years. Like you should know that.
No,
so
yeah.
by now.
She rips
And-
off the nose and stuff.
Yes, and I remember you and I like losing our minds to
Oh.
this song, and like
It's epic.
literally like flying off the bookcase. Like we would jump off and like run back on, and like jump off and run back on, and like
I
we probably
also
did that.
remember from that
Go ahead.
is you would open your door, and from your door to like the main living room area is just like a straight hallway, and so we just
Yeah.
run, jump off the bed, go to the hallway, like and run. Like, we just had like a whole cycle of running around the house doing jungle gyms and stuff,
Yeah, no, we did that a lot. But
blasting the
it's-
music. FYI, like blasting on the iPod
Yeah.
Home or whatever they're called, iHome.
Yes, the
Yeah.
I had a.
We also, yeah.
I was gonna say it was like it matched my room. It was like hot pink, and I used to put like my big chunky. Like I had the like 285 or 58 gig iPod that was like huge, and I would like stick it in there and like play like Hannah Montana soundtrack and like all these things.
I also remember I don't remember as much. I don't know if I was necessarily into it as much, but I remember you did a very similar thing to, I think it was Speak Now, Taylor Swift's album. Is that what this album's called? Spark Now? What's the album called?
Speak Now.
Speak Now. Speak Now. Okay. God.
Speak Now,
I'm,
Sparks Fly is the single.
I'm such a non-Spiffany. Anyways, I remember, it was at that album or Red that you like did this similar thing.
It was Fearless.
Oh, you're right, actually. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, Fearless. I remember we had the
Because I was like
CD up
8
there,
when
whatever.
Fearless came out.
Yeah, that was a pivotal moment for you.
Yeah, Fearless was a defining album of mine.
Oh, I also have a good childhood memory.
Okay, give it to me.
we were definitely way weirder as kids. Obviously, that's like everyone, I feel like, but like we did these things where I don't even know where we got the inspiration
Oh,
from.
I know what
But
you were gonna say.
we did those things. What did we film it on? Like a phone? I feel like we had
No,
a camera for some reason.
I had a video camera that had the flip out screen like
Okay,
that.
okay, yeah. So that's what we filmed it
I
on.
still have it, the camera.
It's honestly probably a good camera. So yeah, we would film these things, and it would either be like a music video or it would be like a full-blown episode movie of something where we write the script out. Like we'd have like dance scenes in it, singing scenes in it. There was one time we did a recreation of a Toddlers and Tiaras episode, but like we'd write it out, then we filmed the whole thing. We put on so many different outfits, like. And we get our other friends into it, all this stuff, and then like we would edit it, and it would be our favorite. We'd watch it all the time. We'd like go to sleep watching it. It'd be like a movie night. We watch our own movie. Like it was so funny, and we did so many like music videos like that. And for some reason, they all starred me. I guess I think you were just so like into the filming and stuff. But it's just like very funny to look back because like they're so dramatic. There's one of Heart of Jars. That's not Jar of Hearts. That's the song. And I'm not Heart of Jars. And I'm in like this long flowy dress, and I like have that in my hair, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so cool. Like I remember feeling so cool filming that. I don't even know how old we were.
It was between probably like 9 to like 13.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe like 8 to 13 for me. But I remember I used to be a competitive swimmer, and like me and my friends would be at swim practice, and we'd be doing like kickboarding. So like you'd have the board, and like you'd be like floating around the water, and you'd be practicing like your kicking, and we'd be like doing kickboarding laps. And we used to like all like huddle up in the swimming pool lane while we were doing kickboarding, which our coach would get so mad at, and we would just talk, and he would yell at us, but we would literally spend like 30 minutes like planning our sleepover like down to the second to be like, okay, this is the scene we're filming, then we have to do a change, and then we have to do this, and like we should do this into the script. Like we
were directors
it out.
And the actors, and we did everything. And honestly, they weren't bad.
No, we still have some of them on the main computer. We lost some of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we did lose some of them. I haven't watched some of them in a really long time, but like what I remember is they're not horrible.
For the equipment that we had, the age that we were, they're not bad.
No, I agree.
Like,
we'll play those at our funeral.
Oh god.
They're like the home videos and like the movies.
Some of them, when we become famous, those can be in our documentary, you know, like when they are.
It's like the Timothy Chalamet when he like is the rapper when he was little. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Ours are
little
way less than that.
Oh yeah, ours are way better.
No, for sure.
That's funny.
So
yeah,
do you have like a current favorite memory of us? Like, because I know we talked about like our favorite childhood ones, but is there anything like in the past couple years that has been like a standout memory for us?
I honestly think there's so many funny things that we've done or that we've talked about, or also at the same time there's so many cool things we've done. We've gone to Disney together, gone to so many amazing trips together. Like it's impossible because it's like I could pick the smallest mundane thing where one time it was my last week of school. And I was thinking I was a sophomore or freshman in high school. A freshman, I was a freshman. And I had an algebra exam. I don't know if you remember this, but I don't know if you'll know the story. I had an algebra exam the next day. It was my last day. It was a half day. And my parents were out of town, so it was just Sydney and I at home. And we were like, I need to study for this algebra exam, like obviously. But I had my book out, and we're sitting on the couch, and we're like, let's just put like a movie, like some background noise. We put on Thor Ragnarok, and we stayed up until like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. just watching Thor Ragnarok on repeat. We like ordered food. We like did everything. I didn't study once for the exam. Also, I like totally killed that exam. I got like a 90 something. So like maybe that's the way you should study. But like that's just like the smallest thing that was so funny because we were obsessed with Thor Ragnarok and we just sat there and watched it together like the whole night on repeat. Or then there's things like us going to Disney. You know what I mean? So it's hard.
I remember that story a little differently.
Oh.
I remember you trying to study and you just being like, I don't want to study, and
Obviously.
me just being like, just don't, and you being like, no, I have to, and then me being like, no, it's fine, and then
Very classic
and
us.
then you were like, oh, I'm gonna try, and then I remember you tried to study for like a minute, and then I'm just sitting there looking at you, and I'm just like, do you want to watch Thor Ragnarok? And you're like, yeah, and then you just closed the book, and then we just like decided that we were like, yeah, we give up, it's fine.
That's so funny. That movie's a banger also.
It is good. It always makes me think of you.
Yeah, that's my birthday, like, or it's my birthday is what it is.
It's my birthday.
So good. Literally the funniest movie in the entire world. Not, but it's
Yeah.
good. I don't know if I have a favorite current memory of us. Do you?
You just don't have any good memories. They're all terrible.
Yeah, they suck. Hate when you have you.
Do I have any current favorite memories?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed us going to Disney together.
Yeah, that was
Just
awesome.
the two of us. That was so fun. But I don't know. I'm the same way. Like, I just have like little moments. Like, my favorite time is when we both get in what we call like the mood, where it's like in between like 12 to 2 a.m. and like one of us will go in the other one's room and like we'll just like laugh at everything till we're crying. Like, we think everything's funny. We talk about the most random shit. Like, it's just such a good time because like one of our most recent ones, we literally were like listening to music and then we got on the Riverdale spiral hole because we don't watch Riverdale, and then we ended up watching an entire episode of Riverdale, the one where they sing like the Next Normal soundtrack, and then we started streaming the Riverdale cover
bangs.
of the Next Normal like soundtrack, and then we started like photoshopping our faces onto like BTS bodies. Like,
remember
it was just the most
random
sequence of events, but like I love nights like that where we're just like off our rockers, like have no idea what's happening.
And the best part is we have to be quiet because our parents are asleep, so it's just us like whispering and being like, dude, shut up and stuff, which is just like the best. It's like when you're at a sleepover with your friends and you're all just like, you're at that time of the hour, or like where you're just like delusional and everything is funny and you have to be quiet for some reason, and it's the best. It's like literally the best, and we would have that like every night. Like, it was so good.
Yeah, and the idea that like having to be quiet like makes it harder to be quiet. It's like the trying to
100%.
thing, like it makes you laugh more, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
So
yeah, those are
I
always
love
good.
like all our little moments together. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I saw this question on like I got it off Google, like some website, and I thought it was really funny, so I want us to answer it. But it says, "Do you think our parents have a favorite kid? If so, who and why?"
Yes, they both do.
I think they both do too, and I don't think I'm either of their favorites.
I agree. They're both different, and they're both not you. I don't
think either of our parents like me.
No, okay, they obviously love you.
No,
But
I mean, I'm kidding.
I know. But my mom I'm definitely her favorite, and my dad is definitely Laurel's favorite.
Yeah.
But to be fair, for ranking orders, I think dad goes Laurel, Sid, me. Mom orders go me, you, Laurel. So you're in the middle both times. Like that.
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Like the best, you know what I mean?
That's the story of my
yes,
life. I'm literally in
it
the
is.
middle always.
Yeah.
That's why I've just accepted it. I feel like that's the burden of the middle child.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, Laurel and Dad do have a lot of the same interests.
Yeah.
Like, sports-wise. Like, I like sports, but they specifically like the exact same things because Laurel's basically done to Dad what I did to you, like, conditioning him to like the things she likes.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom's baby.
Yeah.
So, like, then there's me. On the side.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are, like, I think like, that's, like, the consensus, but I do think there are periods where they like some of us more than others. Like,
more. Oh, I agree, actually. Yeah.
I think there are times where, like, I'll rank above you. But, like, generally, your number one in
The
mom's
thing
eyes, you know
is,
what I mean?
you do a lot of stuff for mom. Like, you will run errands for her, you'll clean the house for her, like, you just do a ton of stuff for some reason. Like, and also not ask, like, that could never be me, ever. So, like, mom really appreciates you in that sense, but also, you and mom are very similar, so when you, like, get into an argument or something, it just doesn't end well, because you both are very similar. So, but, like, when me and mom get in an argument, it, like, doesn't even mean anything, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
she definitely, like, appreciates your, like, efforts and work more than, like, mine, because I don't do anything, but, yeah.
Yeah.
I also
think
think
that's
when
fair.
I'm the only one home alone, I start ranking up a little higher in dad's eyes, but it's because I'm the only one here, but, yeah. Like,
I agree.
sometimes I could get above you. So, I don't know, actually.
No,
It depends.
don't limit yourself. Don't doubt your...
I just don't know how much you guys text, but I feel like you text a lot.
Yeah, he texts me, like, literally every day.
Yeah, that's like,
Sometimes I feel bad because... Oh, God.
You go ahead.
I said he texts me every day, and sometimes I feel bad because, like, I have nothing exciting to say. And so a
Yeah.
lot of times he just ends up texting me, like, about the weather, and I, like, feel bad that, like, I, like, can't be like, what have you been up to? Like, because I'll just be, like, busy or something, or I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to talk.
Yeah.
But I do
No.
think... Oh, go ahead.
This is gonna be a problem, but we'll figure it out. He, like, whenever, like, you or Laura are at home or something, or even, like, when I'm at a friend's house or something, he just, like, misses us, because he, like, always texts us and stuff, and it's, like, really cute, but it's also, like, Dad, we've been away for, like, 2 hours now, like, I'm fine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think... I don't know, I just think it's, like, the cutest thing, like, when me and Laura both went to college, like, Dad took it harder than Mom did.
Yeah.
And I just think he, like, I mean, Mom does too, but, like, I just genuinely think they really like hanging out with us. And so they're just
Yeah,
like, what are
they
you up
do.
to? Like, I want to know, like, all the things. And so it's just, it's very cute.
They think
Very
we're pretty
wholesome.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, we are, so it's fine.
We, like, told them about the podcast, and they're both like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, they're just so cute. We love our parents.
We really do.
I don't like this next question.
Oh, really?
We have a
Okay, then
little,
we'll
like,
skip it.
it's just so hard.
Okay.
Let's do the bias segment. I have
Okay.
not thought about what my bias of the week is, but that's okay.
Okay, do you want to
Okay.
ask me first?
We should get a little jingle for this in the future.
Welcome to the bias segment.
No, but it's like,
We
what's
should.
your bias? What? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We also, neither of us can sing, so it's going to be really hard. Okay. I think you go first. So, Sydney, what is your bias of the week? Is it of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, of the week.
Mine is... Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
Mine is using interior design softwares. And let me explain. So, our parents are currently building a new house. And so, we're going to be moving at some point. And I asked my mom for all the floor plans of the new house. Because I'm really into interior design and, like, I want to know the layout, like, which room I like. Just kind of be in the know. And so I got all, like, the room dimensions and everything, and started to, like, pick my room and, like, put in, like, my furniture and everything, like, into the room to, like, see the layout and do all of that. So I've been, like, designing, like, basically every room in this house for no other reason than, like, my own enjoyment, because I'm pretty sure my mom's not going to take, like, any of my creative advice if I try to send it to her, which, like, she shouldn't. It's her house. Like, she should do her aesthetic. But I've literally done, like, my bedroom, Maddie's bedroom. I've done, like, a bathroom. I've done my mom's, like, master bedroom. Like, I'm slowly working my way through the house.
And they're really good. I loved mine.
Thanks.
It's honestly probably what I'm going to end up doing. Because, like,
They just,
I don't
like,
have
give
any
me-
thoughts.
Yeah, no, they just give me something to do. And, like, something's done. And I can just be, like, plop different things in and be like, oh, I love that. You know, it's like money isn't real in the interior design software. So it's like that $10,000 couch. Like, put it in.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. It's a good one.
Okay. So, Maddie, what is your bias of the week?
I don't know. Okay, I have a couple, but like, I don't know if it's like considered of the week.
What is like something particularly or specifically in the past week that you've really been gravitating towards, been into?
Okay, I guess I'll just say like an obvious one, that like obvious to you. But
Okay.
this past week, as we said in the beginning, we've been making our journey into K-pop, and specifically, we've mainly been BTS, like ARMY stans, you know. But this week, I have broadened my horizons a little, maybe a little too much, who knows? But gotten into four groups. Two of them I was kind of already into, so like it doesn't really count. But about four other boy groups, and I'm really obsessed. Actually, I haven't told you this, but I just started watching this new show, which is like a competition show. It's called Kingdom: The Legend War, and it has two of the groups that I'm new into in the show. So I like want to watch it for them, and then I'm kind of like learning about these.
Is that the show that BTS guest starred on, or is that different?
No. That's Island. That's the show that Hyphen first debuted on. BTS has
anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. This show has 6 groups, and they're all competing for, like, the best. They do, like, a performance each week and stuff, and then they do, like, a performance where, like, some of them have to, like, the day all the rappers of the groups do a performance together, all, like, this stuff. It's really fun, and they, like, interact and stuff, so I like watching, like, idols be friends with other idols, you know? Like, that's so cool to me. I don't know why. Because it's, like, so weird for them for some reason. Like, it's like they can't have other friends besides their members, so I like, watching them actually have to. Anyways, so yeah, I started watching that show, and it's really good. And the performances that they do are insane. Like, it's, like, way, personally to me, way better than any, like, award show performances that they do. It's, like, the quality is just insane. And then most of the groups, at least the two that I really like, have, like, behind-the-scenes videos of how they created each performance on their YouTube channel. And that is always my favorite part of watching this stuff, because it's, like, insane the stuff they have to go through to just do this one performance. Like, I'm, like, a dancer, so, like, I know, like, how it is. And I also love it because they, like, show their real rehearsals. Like, it shows them, like, physically counting through, like, being like, oh, no, dude, you gotta, like, fix that move. Like, you look shit. You know what I mean? And that's, like, my favorite thing. Like, cleaning a dance is my favorite thing in the entire world. So watching them, like, perfect their performances is so awesome. Anyways, the two groups are Stray Kids and ATEEZ, for anyone wondering. But yeah, that's probably what I've been into most this week. Yeah.
I knew about the groups, but I didn't know about the TV show, so that was a little
Also,
something
this
new.
is a funny story, kind of. A couple of days ago, Cindy doesn't know anything about these new groups that I'm into, so I sent her
I'm getting better.
picture.
I'm getting better.
No, she is. But I sent her a picture of them, and we were on FaceTime, and I was like, I want you to tell me, like, who do you think is the oldest? Who do you think is the leader? Who do you think is the youngest? What do you think their names are? Like, I gave her a list of names, because that's, like, kind of impossible to pick their names. But I was like, what do you think about each member and each group and stuff? And it was so funny. And to be fair, the one group that she probably knows the best outside of BTS is Tomorrow by Together. Do you think that's right?
I actually feel like I kind of know Hyphen more.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
But yes, in the ones that you quizzed me on.
Yeah. She should have known Tomorrow by Together the most. And and also, there's 5 members. It's not really that hard to, like, pick out which name is which, you know what I mean? And she literally was horrible at it. And it was very funny. But that also was like, we should film this, you know what I mean?
I know. It's like, can we stage it and, like, redo it and act like...
Yeah.
I don't know any of them. Honestly, I probably still don't remember any of them.
No, you probably still won't.
I do better, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't ace the test.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right, so do we want to wrap it up there?
I think we could talk a little longer.
How long has it been? How long have we been podcasting?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay.
Or we
What
can
else is
stop.
new? I don't care either way. I've got nothing going on. We can talk for a couple more minutes and then end it.
Okay. Let's think. What else is new? What's going on in like outside of K-pop world? I literally have no idea.
There's a world outside of K-pop.
Yeah, really? I never know.
I know. I feel like I am just like going through the motions. That sounds really like depressing. I don't mean it like that. I just
No,
mean,
I
like,
agree though.
I just mean like nothing.
And then
Has
nothing
been, like,
interesting
really-
has happened.
Yeah, nothing super crazy has happened in the past couple of
I mean, we
days, at least.
obviously are still living in a COVID world where it's really bad right now, and people obviously don't realize how bad it is right now because people are just living their normal lives, and we are not like that. We like to stay home in general, but also like when there's a pandemic going on, we like to stay home, you know? So we don't really do too much crazy stuff. So our lives are pretty much all like online, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty conscious of
Yeah.
the pandemic, and so we choose to not do things in order to protect our safety and, the safety of people around
And
us.
you know what? It kind of pays off because we're, 2 years now into this, and neither of us have gotten COVID. So,
No one in our family has.
none of our family has. Yeah, exactly. So, take note, people.
And our dad's a doctor. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can say that. I think it's probably
I
fine.
think it's fine.
But,
Yeah.
yeah. So, everyone wear your mask, stay safe, be healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and get vaccinated, and hopefully...
Oh,
We
I have a
can-
good question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. No.
It's so random. But is there like a song or album or something that came out in the past couple of days, weeks that you're really vibing with?
I mean, Conan Gray released a song the other day called
Mhm.
Jigsaw, and we love Conan.
Oh, we
We've
love
been a
Conan.
Conan fan since YouTube Conan Gray. If you don't know who he
Mhm.
is, check him out. So we've been there for a while. I have mixed feelings about the song. I like
Yeah.
the lyrics, and I told you I liked the like instrumental guitar riffs and breaks and stuff. I think it's really cool. The production is cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, I understand this is the point of the song, like Jigsaw, the Saw horror movie kind of thing, but there are these screeches in the song that like actually like hurt my ears to the point
Yeah,
where it's
it just hurts.
I need to preemptively like skip like a couple seconds into the song, otherwise it like kills the mood for me.
Yeah.
So I like that song, but I don't know if I love it. The
Yeah.
only like other, I'm trying to think. I feel like the only other recent thing that I've been kind of into, but not as much as normally because I'm not as invested in it right now. But maybe when she drops like her album or EP, I will be. But Lizzie McAlpine
Mm-hmm.
released a song called something All My Ghosts, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And I like watched the music video because one of my best friends is like really obsessed with Lizzie McAlpine, and so we have been like texting back and forth about it. And I think that's pretty good too. It's not my favorite song of hers, but I liked the vibe. So hopefully the album will be good. But
Nice. I actually haven't listened to that yet.
Oh, you should. Also, I'm always listening to Gracie Abrams, her new album.
Yeah.
Like constantly. It's on repeat. So I'd say that's my general rotation at the moment.
Nice.
I know you're just in the K-pop
I am.
So
And Hyphen just has their comeback right now and that they have 2 songs out and they're just both like so good, like so good. But I actually want to talk about this, let me double check what it's called. It's just kind of awkward. It is called Okay, it's Cynthia Erivo, obviously Cynthia Erivo.
yeah, I'm familiar, yes.
But so she has a song. It's probably like an old song, honestly, but it's called "Fly Before You Fall," I think it is. Yeah, I know it is actually. I just looked it up. But it's someone in my dance company has a solo to it, and I watched it for the first time like a week ago, maybe. But anyways, I love the song. I absolutely love the song, and so I appreciate them for getting me into the song. Yeah, it's really good. You should listen to it.
Okay.
I love Cynthia Erivo just in general. She's great. Also, we always have the Tick Tick Boom album on repeat. If you haven't watched the movie, go watch it. I'm like here for the Andrew Garfield Renaissance, but like also we can calm it down a little, guys. Come on. I just want him to win an award for Tick Tick Boom.
He's nominated.
Well, he's nominated for a lot.
Today?
Yeah, he has one. I want him to win like the Oscars.
An Oscar? Oh
yeah.
My gosh. Okay.
Wait, I don't know about that. I think Tick Tick Boom is better than West Side Story, even though I haven't seen West Side Story.
No, I will agree with that.
For multiple reasons.
I will agree.
Musicals came out. I don't know. Whatever.
Speaking of musicals, guess what I finally watched?
Encanto?
Yes.
Nice. Did you like it?
And now that one song's stuck in my head. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We don't talk about Bruno. No. Yeah. It's a banger. It's pretty good. I think it's on a little, and I feel like they're going to kill me for this. I think it's a little overhyped.
It is. But
a little.
To be fair, I think a lot of times
they
animated movies in particular, specifically like Disney Pixar animated movies, everyone, like, when it first comes out, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest animated movie, like, ever, like, they did something, and then, like, you revisit it, like, a couple months later, or, like, a year later or something, and you're like, I mean, it's good, but it's...
Yeah. And so, except I really, like, a recent one that I liked was Soul. I really liked Soul.
I like Soul too, but I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it in a while either. But I need to watch Luca. Have you watched Luca?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I mean, I didn't think it was anything amazing.
I need to watch it because I'm going to Italy this summer and I'm going Vespa riding, so I need to get, I need to watch that and the Lizzie McGuire movie.
No, literally. Oh my god. But you're not going to Rome.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. That sucks. Whatever. I've been to Rome.
Seems
a flex. Yeah. Okay, I think we probably ended up here if you want.
Alright, well, thank you everyone for tuning in, whether you're watching or listening. Like we said, we're hopefully just going to continually get better and improve, like, the quality. And
also, I want to say real quick, if you are listening or something, we will have a version on YouTube, hopefully. And if you're on YouTube, we will have Spotify and Apple Music, probably. Hopefully, if all goes well. So, yes.
Yes. So, once we figure out a schedule and stuff, we'll be sure to let you guys know. We're just, still in our trial phase. But, yeah, if you've stuck around this long, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we will see you when we see you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.